Salutations, everybody! My name is Monkey Shrapnel from the Guys Who Love Games. Back with some more Final Fantasy IX in depth. And today, I'm thinking we're just gonna go pop by all the major cities, because why not? I mean, why? There are things to do in each city, so might as well, right? This is a good time as any since we're right next to Alexandria. I say go flying across the ocean, screw you. It makes sense in my head. Alexandria is the one we want to go to first anyways, because, like I was saying, there is, like, actual things to do here. That, you know, I think I mentioned last time that there's a side quest to start here that we kind of want to do right now while it's hot and ready to go, I guess. I don't think any of the dialogue here is actually different for the most part. We've already pretty much seen everything here, like... There's this guy talking about hammering nails with his frying pan. It's the woman over here who says her boyfriend always has bad timing. God. Love that. There's the cat there who's just hanging out. But yeah, everything's basically the same here. Nothing's changed. I don't think there's anything to do with the castle, so I guess we'll just go get the side quest started. Hey, there's the synthesis guy. Jeez. Remember how I was running back and forth to get him to show up and he literally never showed up? Truly a classic. Alright, so if we come into the clock tower here now... First of all, there's the jump rope ladies are here. And you can actually play with them if you want. Can't talk to the ones that are throwing the rope, but... Aiko can play too. I totally forgot about this. I actually totally forgot Aiko's allowed to play this. What the hell? How many people ever do this with Aiko and not Vivi? I actually totally forgot that's an option. What the heck? Let me do this for a sec. Okay, let me... I've always been terrible... Terrible at this. I say like I didn't do like up to 200 at the start of the game before. Man, that feels like an eon ago. Ouch. Anyways, we can talk to Stiltskin here, who's finally back in Alexandria once more. And we can buy a set of Moonstone, Ruby, and Elixir for the quadruple fives. And there you go. If you've bought every single thing from Stiltskin without missing any of his little sale opportunities, he gives you another ribbon for free. Which is obviously fantastic because ribbons are like just a fantastic item in this game. Great stats, and they give you all these elemental defenses. Like, just compare it to the running shoes that Freya has on, for example, right? This is boosting all of her stats except for speed. More than the running shoes do, and it's giving her all these elemental defenses. Like, she got smashed by that Malboro Thundaga because she had low magic defense and like no elemental stuff, but Ribbon would fix that problem. Do 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 do. I guess while we're here. Maybe slap something into Quina, because Quina still needs to learn stuff too. Boom, there. Good enough. I can put on this for the whatever they want. Whatever you want, my baby. Alright. Is that pretty much everything that these guys have to learn? I think so. Because we're not gonna do friendly monster stuff just yet, but we're hanging out, you know. I might as well quickly checking everything, right? Alright. So, another thing here is, oh yeah, I forgot Chestnut here. Let's just see the jump roping. First, second, and third. The third is one jumps. Nice. Play more and raise your rank. Traveling the world has taught me how little I know. But if we hang out with Kupo here... I think we're getting close to solving the mystery of Mognet, Kupo. I want you to deliver a letter to Atla. Okay, you got it. Was Atla the one at Dali? I don't remember. I'm terrible at remembering where the Moogles are, so... Usually I just kind of fly around and just like refresh myself on that crap, but yeah, so starting on disc 4, if we come all the way back here to the start of the game, we can start doing the Mognet Central side quest, which is just delivering more letters to different Moogles. And obviously this is one of those things that's a good idea to start right away, because it's mostly just running around to all the different places that Moogles are anyways, so you might as well just get it ready to go so that, you know, you're not wasting visits. Atla. Is Atla a Dolly? I don't remember. You know what, we'll actually stop by Dali for just a quick second, just to see which one it is. I was gonna go to Trino next, but let's stop by Dali just for a sec. Actually, wait. No, you can't go to the Ice Cave at all anymore. So that Moogle is actually, funny enough, just gone. Or at least wherever the original location they'd be is gone. Because that's something to keep in mind, is that some Moogles, like a lot of Moogles change where they are all the time, but the thing is that some Moogles are just... I don't believe you can get to them anymore, so it does at least, like, kind of restrict where you can go, which is kind of a good thing, because it means you don't have to go around as much. This is Gumo. Well, that's fine. Actually, since I'm thinking about it, do we have an extra Kupo nut? We have Pisces here. Pisces said to Aquarius, Virgo made her choice. Go see him and he'll tell you the rest. We do have a Kupo Nuts. You know, I will actually go to... Before we go to Trino or Lindblum... I'm probably not actually going to go to Lindblum, because I don't think there's actually anything new at Lindblum. I don't think any of the dialogue there changes. Nothing's new. Although we can see what it looks like with the Invincible Park in there, so I guess I'll probably stop by quickly. But I want to go to Gazamuluk's Grotto to drop off this nut. Because, you know, every nut has a special reward the first time you do it on each disc, so this is as good a time as any to hopefully not get ganked by a random encounter. Okay, let's pass in there. It's much faster to go through the top, but there's obviously that scare factor of you might just get ganked by a random encounter. Anyways, these guys have their kids growing up. I always think that's cute, but if we go over here to Mogmi, they got nothing. But if we come over here to Moguta, thanks, Kupo, take this. And with that, we get the final Aloha t-shirt that we were missing from the from that one Chocobo spot. So now we have all 8 Aloha t-shirts. And what's your reward for getting all of them? Absolutely nothing. There is no reason to do this, but it does complete the collection. Because that's what this game... I swear, this game is designed with kleptomaniacs in mind. Like, the game does not reward you for getting everything, but it makes it hard to get everything. You know what I mean? Like, they have a piece of equipment here they can only get on disc 4, and it does absolutely nothing for you, but it completes your collection. So clearly, like, everyone wants to get it, right? It's like, isn't that so funny? Like, they knew what they were doing. Anyways, if we come over to Lindblum, we can stop by in the Invincible, where we can see a couple of things here. First of all, the Invincible Park in Lindblum looks like this, which is quite intimidating, as I'm sure you're well aware of. You rode that ship, right? I want to ride it too. I guess, yeah, they would have different dialogue for that, huh? And there's Aaron. Oh, that's just a generic aviator, actually. That's funny. I don't remember where Aaron is. Let me take a look. Because Aaron usually hangs out over in near the rest area. I'm kind of curious. That's like one of the few things that would be different. Actually, I wonder if the airship people down here are different too. Aaron's not even here. Because I am slightly curious. We walk down this big old pathway. Now these guys don't actually have anything new to say. I'm shocked. No reaction to the Invincible except for those two, like that one, the one sailor. There's probably something different around Limblum, but I don't know. Maybe this is one of those things that's like, you know, go do it for yourself. Because I don't remember where Atla is. I want to say actually Atla was one of the Moogles that was somewhere around Alexandria, but I don't remember where they'd be right now. That's the thing, is like it's not, you can't just remember where the Moogles are from the beginning of the game. Because a lot of them move around on Disc 4, right? Because many of them are in areas that you can't get to anymore, so they actually get moved to different spots. Let's just board and go to the bridge. You get the world map theme though, because as you already know, you know. Oh, I guess you can see this. So when you're docked, you can actually go in here and the light turns off, and you can just pop on through. Because like you basically entered through this red hole on the side. Yeah, I didn't even mention the Invincible doesn't even get its own airship theme because, you know, now you're stuck with this song. Listen to that dreary beat. Do, boop. I already mentioned it, but I really do love this song. This is one of my favorite world map songs ever. Anyways, this is what the Invincible looks like when you're in the, you know, in the spot, which is kind of a cool actual camera angle. Like honestly, like you never get to see this otherwise. Even when you're on the Hildegard, you never, like the Hildegard doesn't have the front view when you're on the bridge, so you don't get this cool straight shot at the interior of Lindblum. And you obviously never really get to see this anywhere in-game. I think the only place you really get to see this is in that one FMV when you first get to Lindblum, right? Alright, anyways, I think we just, yeah, just go through here. It's a cool shot, though. It's the only place you get to see this, so, you know, I always like to show it off. Because there's not really any reason to ever actually come back to Lindblum, because there's nothing... Well, okay, technically there's one reason to come back to Lindblum that's... like, doesn't really matter, but there is one reason to come back, I guess. So, fair enough. I guess let's go to Trino now. Trino does actually have a few new things to do here. Actually, should I go to Dagaro first? You know, actually, I will go to Dagaro first. I still don't know how to pronounce that. It's like Dagario. I remember how, you know, the sad thing is I actually looked it up just to make sure, to figure out how to pronounce it. And I looked it up and now I've forgotten. I forgot that I looked it up, so I don't remember. Oopsie doodles. That's how it goes, right? Alright. Get around here. We could run into a Grand Dragon in like the 2 milliseconds it takes to walk down here, but not as long as you park close, because I don't think you can get random encounters on the bridge here, so it's all good. Hey, look. Just as peaceful as ever. Nothing here really changes from disc 3 to disc 4, but all the shops change, so. And by all the shops, I mean the 2 shops that matter change. I forgot this guy's name is Nagi. But we can come here and see that the synthesis shop has expanded a bit, so we have all the ropes here now. Along with, I believe... Yeah, so first of all, we can make the thief gloves. I forget if we can make these before, I don't remember, but you can also make all this stuff now. You can make jewels, which is quite nice. In particular, I always like to note that we can make actually, is it here? Oh. Huh. Oh, you can't make lapis lazuli here. Huh. So that's interesting. So the Black Mage Village actually has a different synthesis list than this place. I didn't actually know that. That's good to know. So the Black Mage Village actually lets you also make lapis lazuli. But, anyways, this is a pretty good place to just quickly... Like, if you want to just, you know, maximize the power of one of Garnet's summons, this is a great place to do it. Just grab the one you want to make and just boom. Because the ingredients are pretty cheap. Like, it's cheap to make them, and the ingredients themselves are pretty cheap. You just need to farm some ore if you don't have a lot of it, which, like, isn't that big a deal. And, like, it's not like the side ingredients are all expensive. The only one that's particularly hard, like, expensive to get are remedies, because obviously you can't just... Like, remedies are by far the most expensive of the items to get there. But I think even remedies, I forget, I think you can just buy them here? They're a little more expensive, but it's not like there's some ridiculous expense. They're just, you know, more expensive than the other ones. Here's the bolt. Anyways, the reason we want to come back here now, though, is I believe... Is it this guy? You appear to be quite the traveler, I can tell. If you happen to find an item called the Magical Fingertip, can you please bring it to me? Consider it a dying man's last wish. I will give you something in return. And you can also play cards with them if you want. But yeah, of course, big surprise, there are still more things to do. I believe this guy also expands his inventory, because now we can buy Ultima Sword from him. We can buy some of these things too. Kaiser Knuckles, Avenger. And for some reason you can buy a regular fork and a bistro fork for Quena, for some reason. You can also buy a power wrist. Hey, and there's the Aegis gloves. Did I actually talk about these earlier? I must have. These are only wearable by Steiner. I don't actually have any, so I must have thought I had them sooner than I did. Helm that raises strength and magic. What a funny description. Very specific. I'm gonna hold off on buying... Well, you know, actually, I'll buy one of everything that I don't have. Because I want to get to... I want to make sure I've learned everything, but I also want to, you know, get over to Trino to do that crap. Because I believe the Power Wrist actually is actually good for Amaranth. Oh, it isn't. What am I thinking of for Amaranth? I thought that was the Power Wrist that gave him the ability I'm thinking of. Because, you know, the name is the same as the ability, basically. I'm kind of shocked, actually. Well, I did get another helmet for Freya. I don't think it gets her anything. Oh, it does get her eye for eye. I mean, that's nice. And she can't wear the Aegis gloves. And I always like to point, I did mention I think I've already mentioned this, even though we didn't have the Aegis gloves. It's kind of funny, but they, instead of saying they reduce fire damage by 100%, they actually specifically say they null fire damage. Anyways, how many ore do we have while I'm here? We have 98. Wow, I'm actually gonna turn a couple of these into aquamarines while I'm here, just to like make some room in my inventory. Let's do 16. You always want to make sure you do it in chunks of 4, otherwise you're gonna waste some of them. Just power up Leviathan a little bit, you know, while we're here. Farming ore can be a little tedious, but Aiko gets her jewel ability, which is very nice. You can just go find a random encounter that's really easy, like that can't do anything to you, and then just spam jewel over and over again. And that's basically the fastest way to do it. Anyways, why did we go to Daggero? Oh, right, Magical Fingertip, right. So let's go to Trino now. It's a couple of things to do at Trino, but you know, if I hadn't forgotten to fight the stupid unicorn man, but I still can't believe you can only fight that thing twice ever, and I forgot to fight it one of the 2 times. Like, it's so dumb. But it doesn't matter. We can go over here, and there's gonna be one last monster on disc 4. Thinking about it, probably one of the best monsters to whatchamacallit, probably the best monster to idle against if you want their if you want to farm jewels, is actually the ghost enemies that popped up again now that the mist is back, because they only know magic, so you can just silence them and then just they can't do anything. So, and it makes their turns go by real quick. So there you go. There's your tactical advantage of knowing that those ghosts exist. Alexandria and Lindblum fell. Anything can happen in this world. I can only rely on myself, says the little girl with her dog. Love that. I wonder what, surely Dr. Todd has something new to say while we're here. Long time no see, you look well. That's it? No reaction to the mist reappearing and everything? He's just, long time no see, you look well. I mean, I guess to be fair, yeah. It is kind of funny when story important characters, like, stop being important to the story, so they just become one-note characters. Like, that's all he says is just, you look well. Like, yeah, no, fair enough. Which one is it? Is it? I swear you can hear. Is it over here? Yeah, Cathcarta members only. There you go. Let's go check out the synthesis shop too while we're here, because I don't think there's anything new here, but I just want to double check. Like, basically the synthesis shops for Trino and Lindblum and Alexandria are all basically just what they were before you went to Terra. So those are still the same ones, so if you missed anything that can only be made at those ones, they're still there. I think that all 3 of those are all the same. It's just the Black Mage Village and Daggero are the new ones. Daggero, Dogadoo. While we're here though, let's hand off the last Stalazzo and finish the collection. I forget what we get for this. Probably just money, I want to say. Which would be nice. Oh, we get the Robe of Lords! How nice! I forgot this is where you get this. I forgot where you get everything, apparently. I just don't remember Disc 4 very well. I just remember you do everything and then you get stuff. But as you can imagine, the Robe of Lords gives really great stats. It makes you immune to wind damage. It gives you Concentrate and Reflect. No, if you don't already have those. And most notably about the Robe of Lords is that Robe of Lords is the only robe that is not weak to fire. So all the other robes, like the Glutton's robe, the White robe, the Light robe, the Black robe, all those robes, they make you weak to fire damage. The Robe of Lords does not. So even though it actually technically has, like you can see here, it actually gives less magic than the White robe does. And I believe it gives the same amount as the Light robe. But, while it does, you know, give a little less magic, it gives better stats everywhere else anyways, and it doesn't make you weak to fire anymore, so. We've received 12 Stellazzio from you, so that would be all of them, but if we talk to Miss Bird Lady here after we've given her the 12, something is missing. According to my information, there are 12 Stellazzio. Then why do I feel like I'm missing one? It's just your imagination, I see. Because there is one more. Yes, there must be a 13th Stellazzio somewhere. My queen, if I may, the writings on the Stellazzio must be the key to solving the mystery. Well, fine. I'll give you all my Stellazzio and you bring me the 13th. Received 12 Stellazzio, now they're all gone, and we have them all back in our inventory. So if you want, you can actually just, like, keep them all. You don't have to give them back to her, obviously, because if you want, you can just keep an inventory to have all of them in your inventory. But there's no reason to do that other than just the, you know, the same thing as usual, which is that it's just good for completion's sake if you really want to. I think the Excalibur 2 Perfect game basically says the same thing. It's like, you can give it to her if you want, because it's kind of one of those things where it's the same thing with the jewels from the little stones from the Kondo Butte mountain path, where you can keep them if you want, because you can always just give them, you know, use them up later if you really want to. Do 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 do. Anyways, if we come here now, hey look, it's a big purple looking guy. I wonder what that would be. You can buy and sell here, the same thing as usual, nothing's changed. But, we could go fight that guy down there, and I wonder if it's a good idea. Do we have anything that would be particularly good at dealing with them? If I had, actually, thinking about it, I think funny enough, I think the easiest way to deal with the guy below is to, you know what, we're gonna do Zidane cheese. Screw fighting that guy legit, because we'll fight them legit later, but, I'm just gonna throw Zidane in there, and he's just gonna petrify it, and we're done. Hey, buddy. Are you feeling a little hard today? Are you having trouble getting it up? Probably not. Easy peasy. Here's your tip of the day. If you want to deal with the monsters in here easy peasy, just do stuff like that. And we get a circlet for that. Not a fantastic reward, but I think at this point the only way to actually get circlets is to synthesize them anyways. And they do give a lot of magic defense, right? Up to 54, so it's not a bad idea if you want to just, I mean, there's no reason not to, right? It's a free circlet, right? For a minimum effort, and like there are technically no better items, no better headgear for raising magic defense, so that's your best headgear for that. The Magician Robe, the Fairy Earrings, a rare item, Magical Finger Trip, and we can also get a ribbon here. So we just gotta sit here and wait for some period of time while they do their thing. Sidon just kind of awkwardly stares at Purple Lady. Just gotta wait. Huh. Come on, hurry up. Magician robe and whatnot are fairly basic items at this point. You don't really need them anymore because they're not really giving anything that you couldn't get otherwise. Like at this point in the game, you'd want to go with the upgraded robes. Like even if you haven't been doing Chocobo Hot and Cold, you can just go synthesize them now, so that's the way to go. Anyways, the magical fingertip, which starts at a very high price because this is going to take a lot of money. And if we can, we might try to get the ribbon, but I don't know if we even have enough money, because this is a big money sink right here. As you can see, it just gets higher and higher. $50,000 gil. There we go. Yeah. Magical fingertip. Let's check that out. A rare item bought in an auction. A mysterious item linked to Go-Go, supposedly. No one knows who this Go-Go guy is. He just disappeared. Does he really exist or what? Lady Bandit Ruby. And then the ribbon's even more expensive. I might actually wait to get this because it's not like we need this right now. Even if it takes a bit of time. Yeah, we're going to leave this for later. The magical fingertip is the big thing we want to get, so. And that sucked up a lot of our money there, so. Like, you might think, like, okay, it's just those things, right? But it's like, there's all the synthesizing at this point in the game is quite expensive. Something to keep in mind, right? You might not even realize this, but the magical fingertip works just like the other items in the auction house. So once we give it to this guy, we can actually re-buy it from the auction if you want to. There's no reason to other than just for completion's sake, but hey, it's another money sink if you want to. Anyways, let's go ahead and head back. Dagurio. Do 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 boom boom ba da 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 ba. Alright. And as I always say, make sure when you're coming here, park right next to the bridge so you don't have to worry about getting Grand Dragoned. Because you won't get encounters on the bridge. I always say I'm 99% sure because I always forget if that's actually true or not, because some games will do this and some games don't, and I just never remember which one is which. I guess it doesn't really matter which way we go. Is there anything we didn't make from this guy, by the way? I don't remember. Does I have anything? Let's see here. No, actually, we have everything we can get from this guy, surprisingly. That's mainly because of doing all the Chocobo hot and cold stuff relentlessly. You have the magical fingertip. We're not going to give it to him. Actually, we will give it to him. I beg you. Oh, thank you. What's wrong? I used to be a fairly well-known blacksmith. My work was everything to me, and then one day my wife died. That's when I moved here. I've lived here ever since. A few years ago, I read a biography of a great craftsman named Go-Go who was known for making dolls that looked like real people. Supposedly, the secret to his extraordinary skill was in his fingers. So I figured if I could get his fingers and combine them with my skills, I could make a doll that looked like my wife. I'm such a fool. Look at these fingers. They look worn down, as if they never got a break. They look just like my fingers. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. I now realize that I must accept who I am and how I have lived my life. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. I no longer need it. And it gives us Excalibur! I don't have many years left, but I'll make the best of them. Which is, big surprise, I'm sure, but this is not for Zidane. This is for Steiner. Because for whatever reason, Steiner just gets access to a ton of new weapons in the endgame. Like, if we look around here, where's the Knight Sword? It's over here. So he just bought Ultimate Sword, and you can also see Excalibur here. Light Sword used by Holy Knights. Elemental attack, Holy. Since I'm here, I might as well just, finish up on the things I don't have yet. Like, let's buy a couple Power Wrists. I might as well. I don't actually need to buy 3 of these because Steiner's the only one that can wear them anyways, so. And there we go. It's pretty much all the buying and selling we're probably going to have to do. I will eventually get that ribbon and I'll have to rebuy the magical fingertip, but that'll be for another time, probably. There's also new things to synthesize at the Black Mage Village, is something to keep in mind too. Should we actually go check that out? I mean, we haven't even gone to the Black Mage Village since, because there's obviously a lot of new dialogue there, because there's new people. Tell you what, let's go with the let's go find our Chocobo first. I mean, it's right next to it, so it doesn't really matter, but... We'll do that. I'll swap out to grab Steiner in here, so you can actually see new equipment for him. Well, I forgot to take a look for Atla. Well, it doesn't really matter. Alright, there's our Chocobo buddy. I did go to the other 2 Q marshes that we didn't do off screen. Oh, right. What am I saying? I need to go to the bridge here. We'll take Quina out and... Well, I'm gonna stick with this party for when we do friendly monsters, but I'll quickly just bring in a couple of these guys here, just to actually we don't need dagger, just to see here. So I forget, does Amaranth have the ability to learn? You can get eye for eye from the ninja gear, so I guess I'll just slap that on him. Like I'll slap the gear we have on him. But we don't really need anything otherwise. Because I don't remember how he gets his... There's one ability he can learn in the end game that I actually don't remember where he gets it from. It's from something. It might be from... I don't even know. Anyways, we can take a look here. Ultimate Sword gives him Stock Break, and Excalibur gives him Clim Hazard. So we'll slap Ultimate Sword on him. Which, just like with Zidane's, it comes with Add Status Sleep, which is actually pretty good. Because Sleep is fairly consistently effective across the game for whatever reason. A lot of enemies can be put to sleep. The weird thing with the Aegis gloves is even though you can't buy them until Disc 4 in any way, they're like fairly low down on the list here, you can see. They do give you complete fire immunity though, and like they say, they null fire damage. It's the only item that does it. It says, like even the diamond gloves right above them says water damage reduced by 100%. A lot of people stepped on auto reflect, and I have been kind of putting it off because, like, the reflecting is kind of a pain to wear, right? Because it makes you weak to fire, ice, and lightning, right? He's learning return magic. That's good. Otherwise, it's looking good, I guess. I'll check Dagger out for a second. I have the golden hairpin on it because that boosts water, but she doesn't really need that no more. In fact, the flash outrage is thunder damage, so maybe we'll put that on her because Ramuh's pretty strong at this point with all the things she has. Still in Bahamut. Other than that, I guess yeah, we'll just leave her in her current state of affairs. I don't know. I'm so bad at saying words. I'm just saying stuff to sound cool. But let's go hang out at the Black Mage Village. Other than that, we pretty much bought everything at this point that we can eat, so I probably will, next time, we'll do friendly monsters. Although there are going to be a couple things, like I said, there should be some new things in the Black Mage Village for us to synthesize here, too. So it's worth noting that the shop here changes on disc 4. You can no longer buy steepled hats from the Black Mage Village, unfortunately, which does make the process of cotton rope farming a little bit more tedious, because this is all that's here now. Oh, I actually forgot we can just buy dark gear here. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna need more money, huh? Well, I'm gonna hold off on that. Holy moly, jeez. We can get the science fruit here, which she already has everything from the science fruit, but if you didn't, you know, this is a great place to get it. This life form flies? Why does it fly? Gaia is full of unnecessary things. Everything from here, I forgot what the new weapons, actually, funny enough. My bee. I'm asking about the Genome World. What a strange tribe, it's like they live in hiding. Yeah, curious, huh? It's obviously an imperfect life form, but I feel a strange affinity to it. Everyone is back. We have new friends, Bobby Corwin is here, so many great things happened all at once. Kaka. I'm sure Atlas, I recognize the name Atlas, so I'm sure it's somewhere. You enclose and captured life form and conduct research here. Well, I have more chocobos when Bobby Corwin lays eggs. Anyways, enough fapping about. I want to go check out the synthesis shop. Because we come over here. Welcome to the Black Cat Synthesis Shop. So I can make a couple things, I believe, for Zaiden. We can make a Masamune, which comes with Doom. Actually, is that the only one? Yeah, and you can also make dual claws for Amaranth. However, the dual claws are a bit tricky to keep in mind because the dual claws require Dragon's Claws and Tiger Fangs. And if we go look at our equipment right now, I believe it's the Dragon's Claws. Dragon's Claws are a limited item. You can only get one pair of Dragon's Claws. It's the one pair from Choco Hot and Cold, right? I believe it's from it was from a crack. So if you make the dual claws using the Dragon's Claws, you are permanently locked out of getting Dragon's Claws again. You can't get another pair. Oh, this is where we get the thing I'm thinking of. Bracer used by gamblers, right. Yeah, here we go. This is how you get circlets too. You can also make a grindhouse. There's a lot of things here. Funny enough, whatchamacallit, this is where your big money sink is. There's a lot of things you can get at this synthesis shop that you couldn't get from the one in Dagario. Dagario. Golden Skull Cap. Raises water elemental damage, reduces earth. You can make a Rosetta ring here, which is fairly expensive, but since we already have 2 of them, it's unnecessary. And this is where you can get the Lapis Lazuli using dead peppers, which is quite nice because it means that you can, if you want more dead peppers, you can just go get an inventory full of them from the our buddy over in Chocolo's Paradise. So it's not that bad. Anyways, there's not really, like, all this stuff here is quite expensive, but the bracer in particular requires battle boots, which is just like, oh my god, you know what I mean? It's like really, dude? You need to make battle boots, you need like every other pair of boots. It's ridiculous. So you generally make one of these because it's kind of ridiculous. Zidane basically out of things to learn at this point. In fact, let's actually look at his list of abilities here. He actually is full on abilities. He's learned absolutely everything, so he's done. That's all of his skills and passives. So that Zidane can just worry about equipping whatever isn't gonna get in the way of other people at this point. And so getting the Masamune is basically just for the added status at this point, because the Masamune is weaker, but it comes with added status Doom. So for enemies that are tough and tanky, you can just like put them to sleep with someone else and then just doom them, guaranteed with the Masamune, and then just sit there and wait, and you get experience. Unlike with the Sargentanus. And obviously that's way better than, doing it with any of the other weapons, because, like, Gwenna's Doom is terrible, and Amaranth's is also not that great. I don't think you can talk to this, genome up there. I don't know if there's anyone in these upper spots. I don't think so. I'm gonna assume no. Wait, actually, can I see this for a second? Did I notice something there? Okay, that's just like the part of the water is animated. I almost thought you could see the characters below, which would have been a nice touch, but fair enough. Let's finish talking to everyone, and we'll be done for this part, I guess. How about number 333? 777. These people are trying to call me a funny name. The idea that Genome is the one saying, like, they're giving me a funny name. I realized one thing after listening to her stories. Why do you think the Genomes and we have so many commons in thing? You can definitely tell I need to end the part soon because I'm stumbling over my words. Why do you think the Genomes and we have so many things in common? I don't know. Why? We were manufactured in Alexandria, but that technology wasn't developed by Alexandria. Kuja knew how genomes were made. He manufactured us based on that knowledge. If Kujo is also a genome, I wonder how he felt when he manufactured us. I ran away once because I was afraid of dying, but I came back because this village is my favorite place. This where you bury the dead. What's the point of this? It isn't like the dead would appreciate it. You're right, but I don't think we build cemeteries for the dead. Sure, it may seem pointless to you, but how can I describe it? It's so that we can think like this. We'll never forget you. We'll remember you every time we stand at your grave. And we won't let the fear of death, which each of us knows, stop us from living our lives. Because my friends will remember me when I'm here. I'll never forget my friend, Mr. 36. Man, these guys have so much great dialogue. You want to play some cards? That's a nice one, though. Let's go in here. Let's hang out. I'm supposed to be assisting in the operation of this shop. What do I do? Can I help you? I think the item shop is basically just the same. I think this shop has everything in it now, though, right? Because it has the magic tags, the anointments, the vaccines. So it is an actual item shop that has everything to buy now, which is nice. Water flowing, time flowing. Things don't stay the same. I don't understand. Do you hear something? What? What do you mean? Some item you have is responding to this machine. Will there ever be an age without a war? Dreams and magic have no meaning without a civilized world. The ignorant ones always strive for power, never realizing that what lies beyond is despair. But maybe they will bring with them hope and show us a new way of life. God bless the visitors of the land of dreams and magic, and glory to the soldiers of light who will lead us to the new world. What was that? A resonant spirit inside an item responded to this amplifier. What a beautiful song. Why do the people of Gaia pay special attention to communication through sound? I think the language of music is universal, don't you agree? I guess the people of Gaia decide when to rest based on the presence of light. There's always light in Terra, the same method wouldn't apply there. So yeah, starting on Disc 4, once those guys show up there, talking to that guy will actually make the record player react to Dolga's artifact in Une's mirror, which plays the song from Final Fantasy III. There's your nice touch of the day, I guess. Why is Zaide missing so much magic? What the heck? Am I crazy? Oh, he must have gotten magic hammered at some point and I forgot. We can stay here for free though, which is actually quite nice. Not that it would have been much expensive anyways. You can see here too that it actually plays the rest of the village now, which is like a nice little thing. So it just plays here until we leave, basically. Just a nice touch. Yeah, we're a little low on money now. We have to do a lot more money grinding at some point, but, I don't know, like, maybe we'll just go fight stuff for a little bit, because, like, these guys don't need that much AP to learn some of these things. I don't know, we'll see, because I want to get... I don't know, it's a tricky thing. I mean, there's new things to fight, and, like, what have you, and all that jazz. It's just, I don't know. Well, there is one thing I'll show off. Yeah, well, next episode will probably just be me running around fighting stuff, trying to get experience, learning the rest of these guys' abilities and whatnot. We'll probably do friendly monsters. But, other than that, we're just gonna save for, you know, for today. Check out Bobby Corwin camera block in the Moogle, it's funny. I'm gonna finally save over this guest room. Alright, that's it for this episode. See you guys later.